I got some exciting news, guys, gals, YouTubers. I am going to be going to Montrose here the 7th to the 11th to get some ride again. Hopefully that all works out. Staying at a buddy's place that he has there, and gonna probably ride Peach Valley that Thursday. Should be a load of fun. I can't make right turns. I stink at rights. So when you stink at rights, just go up, go back, roll back, and just do that. If there's room. No, you know, obviously you can't do that if there's nowhere to do that, but if there is, and it's quick. It's actually fairly quick, you know. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun in Montrose. Going out with Fairface Fail Productions. He's never been out there, and Peach Valley's fun. It's good for all skill levels. There's hard stuff, there's easy stuff, there's stuff you can just watch others do. Yeah, it's going to be a blast. And from there, I don't know what we're gonna do. I only know the one day. That's all that I have planned. And I will also be on Highland Cycles, The Gospel of Two Wheels in the morning on Thursday. So check that out. I'm probably be goofy. I'm not a good online, you know, live type person. But hopefully everyone has good questions and stuff, and I don't know what we're going to talk about. What else is new with me? Got the XR650R, so yes, the exhaust valves were a little out of whack, so I got that fixed. So those that were pointing out the ticking, it was one exhaust valve, really. I must have been a little off on the marking or something. I don't know what the deal was, but anyways, got that sorted. In which I knew there was something. I just, you know, I was going for a ride, so I had to button it up, go for a ride, and it ticked. Not like I've ever been in that position before. But yeah, so got that all sorted out, so that's good to go. I'm taking the XR650R and the gas here to Montrose. That will be fun. You know, I'll have two options to ride. I always like taking two bikes because it just provides a safety net. If one bike stops working or we want to do more of a dual sport ride, the XR works much better than this bike. And it's really not that much heavier. It's just the whole kick starting, but it kicks right over, so not a huge deal there. And, oh, giving away the XR650R. Yeah, let's talk about that. So, initial, I guess I'll go ahead and say this, but we're still looking at stuff, but we're figuring it out. And I say we because I think I've got the first who could help out with this is Highland Cycles, Morgan at Highland Cycles. He's the owner of Highland Cycles, awesome guy. So the thing will be, you know, I'm providing the bike, obviously. That's a big cost there that I'm losing. He, you know, provides his expertise and mechanical aptitude to, you know, make sure it's running, and if we get parts. He could work on that. I could work on that. Sourcing stuff. And we could make it basically a new bike. If there's any issues with it currently, he could possibly remedy or say that's not that big of a deal. And yeah, you know, we would be jointly going in on this to give away my XR650R. Now, what's the time frame? Okay, well, I definitely would like to have a replacement bike for it, which, as you all know, I'm on the list for a Yamaha Tenere 700, or the T7 as I call it, because I like that code name and that seems to be a lot shorter and easier. Although, say T7 at a dealership and they're like, huh? Oh, you mean the Tenere 700? I'm like, yes, the T7. And they're like, ugh. It's like they've never heard that before. It's like, they don't follow bikes. They just sell them, they don't follow them. But I would like to get that bike in my possession before giving away my only real, I guess, dual sport bike. And that will be the other thing. And maybe that's where some of you can help us, is do we set it up? Now, it's plated already, so I have a title, it's plated. So do we set it up as a dual sport? Meaning, you know, we'll probably have to do some stuff with, like, we need to change out the HID Trail Tech headlight. They don't make them anymore, so I would like to keep the one off the bike. Just kind of cool. Probably just go into my pile if I happen to ever have a use for an HID, then I could use it. But, you know, maybe put on, I don't know, I'm throwing this out there, moto-minded headlight, you know, LED. Put on, obviously, some blinkers. I have a stator on it. I mean, my brother-in-law wound it, and it seems to work great. But, I mean, I suppose if we got somebody stepped up and gave us, you know, a bigger stator that officially put out X amount, then, you know, we'd put that on. And, you know, try just to refresh the bike, you know, maybe new plastics, see what we can get. And we're also thinking, well, you know, there's a lot of guys, gals, that would take the bike and just sell it. So how do we give the bike away? Right now, we're thinking maybe we let you all decide on that by, in a way, nominate somebody. So you would have say, like, this person really deserves a bike, blah, blah, blah. They'd use it, they, you know. It would be nice if Morgan and myself got pictures of the bike afterwards, or a little video, the person riding the bike. It would just be, you know, fun. And it would make us feel good that, hey, this went to a good home. It didn't go to somebody that turned around and sold it a week later, which we have no control over legally. There's nothing we can do there to stop that from happening. So if we go through a nominating process, I think, you know, we don't care if the person keeps the bike for life, but it would be nice if they used it for a season and got use out of it and really needed a bike and what have you. You know, that would just make us really happy that it went to a good home. He put the work into it. I gave a bike away, and yeah, it's not just somebody that turns around and sells the dang thing and profits off it. So you all would be able to nominate people, and then, you know, maybe you do, I'm thinking like a video nomination, because come on, this is high tech now. You do a video, you talk about it. Maybe the person you're nominating doesn't even know, you know? And we go through the videos. Maybe there's a way we could have you all vote on the videos, and then we go through whatever, the top 5 or 10, and we narrow it down. And, you know, go through like a little process the best we can. That's all. That's, I guess, going into this, that's all we can do is hope that we do the best we can. We're vetting somebody and they actually use the bike and they appreciate that they got the bike, you know. So what do you all think about that? Would that sound like a good way to maybe do it? Now a lot of you told me, well, just use the money and give it towards a veteran. Or a veterans group, or sponsor maybe a veterans doing a motorcycle relief ride or something. You know, I like that idea too, but I don't know, something about this going through a process. You all have some say, we have some say, and it goes to a good home. Now, I haven't decided whether this is a veterans only thing you nominate somebody for, or maybe it's a veteran first responder type thing, you know. We'll narrow that down and decide, like, not only just veteran, maybe it's police and EMS, EMT, type people. I mean, a pharmacist or doctor, come on, they can buy their own bike. So that's really, I don't really like opening up to necessary first responders as how they category, like my wife say, technically, if there's money for essential workers, she'll get it too because she's licensed by the state. But I mean, we all would like free money, but at the same time, probably shouldn't do it that way. I mean, it's the difference between somebody that worked during the time in a critical area like a police officer or EMT or a fire department even, then during that time, than just doctors and stuff. And doctors were laid off, but okay, that's enough of that. But anyways, I digress. You can easily get me on a topic to keep going and going. But let's say you all get to pick somebody. Maybe we keep it to like veterans, police, EMT, something like that, fire. And we vet by picking. And we narrow it down. And maybe I'm thinking next year's 2021, so 2022 maybe, or end of 2021, I don't know, or spring of 2022. See, I kind of like to have that Yamaha T7 before I just give away my only dual sport, so kind of make it difficult. But that would put the bike technically 20 years. I've always told companies on the last build that I'd probably give it away. So let's see if it makes it 20 years. It runs just fine. I'm sure Morgan can clean up anything, and it will be a reliable bike. And if somebody gets a bike to use for a year, then, and then if they turn around and sell it, I will request that they just pass it on. We used to have a big bike here. We used to have a bike here in Woodland Park / Colorado Springs. That was called the Big Loser, an ADV rider. And it just kept getting passed on. I don't know what happened. I think eventually these things get lost track of, but for a while, yeah. And the thing was just to give it away. And it got people into riding. And that's what I kind of want to do with the XR650Rs. I wanted to get people into riding like it got me into riding, which I think it's a great bike because it can handle this stuff. It can handle dirt roads. It can handle jump on 55, 65, 75 mile per hour interstates. I was getting at that I lost track of was maybe we can set up like a GoFundMe, and it wouldn't go to Morgan or myself personally to benefit, but there's always people that want to give a little extra to make this happen, you know, and not every company is going to want to step up, no matter how good I am or Morgan is. Hey, how's it going? Just me. That doesn't matter how good we are in trying to sell the company on the idea. They might, I mean, the world that has occurred, the pandemic, you know, they might not be able to give a smart car, for example, but that would be awesome to put on. But it would be if you all who really don't need a bike or anything, they're like, that's a good idea. Hey, you know, I can give 10-20 bucks towards that cause to get this bike up and going, new plastics. That would make sure we would have the ability to freshen the XR650R. I'm not gonna pull a doozy. I'm out there in the public light. Maybe not as famous, or definitely not as famous as like Cody Webb or somebody, but you know, I'm out there. People know me. People know where I live. People, you know, I wouldn't cheat anyone, but the thing would be, well, so where would the money go if you, let's say $3,000 came in, you guys got another $3,000 in product to put on the bike, you only need to use $2,000. What would you do with the other remaining $1,000? Well, what we would do is maybe buy some gear for the new rider, use it towards that rider, but maybe we would also have the ability to give, you know, some, not just gear, but some parts and stuff away to some of the runner-ups, you know? Or we would donate any remainder money to motorcycle relief projects, or another veterans group. That way, we're not benefiting from this at all. The only benefit I'm getting is maybe you subscribe to my channel. I'll be honest with you, maybe you subscribe to my channel, but that's not really, I've always talked about doing this before my channel even had 7,500. Anyone that knows me knows I've talked about giving away the bike for a long time. You can check with IMS Products. I pitched the whole idea to make that bike last 20 years, and then I'd probably give it away for getting tank, foot pegs, the shifter. Once again, I mean, I already had foot pegs on, but I was like, let's refresh the bike. And we made the bike last to 20 years. Well, just about here, so unless something happens to it. That's why I'm not setting everything up right now. And if we start setting stuff up like a GoFundMe, then I think I will put Morgan on that with me, so it's not just myself. If I kill the bucket, he could do it if he's willing to be on that. Maybe even a third party. So kind of like a committee there, checks and balances, right? Probably get somebody else, be like, hey, you're on this with us, you manage, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it would be nice to hook people up with riding gear and helmets. So yeah, and maybe a little cash just so they can register the bike, you know? I think like $500 you don't have to disclose. They might have to disclose the bike. See, so there might be hidden stuff that they have, and we could kind of lessen that by they have the gear, and you know, maybe we give them $500 cash if the money's there to help. So what do you all think? I know this kind of went on a little longer, but you know, I'm trying to think through everything, and I'm riding at the same time, obviously slow, so I can mentally think the best I can. And it's a challenge talking while riding, even at a slow pace, trying to keep a coherent thought process going. So everybody, you know, leave a comment, whatever you think, whatever you think I should do. You know, I'll read them. If you notice, I do respond to comments and I do read them. I'm not going to be one of those YouTube channels, no matter how big I get, I promise. I'm going to at least go through the comments. I might not be able, if I get too big, to go through every single one. But I will definitely always look at comments. I will always respond to some and try to give a thumbs up or a heart. Because, you know, you all are what make a channel happen. So just know that. I want to be different than other YouTubers who grow big and then they stop responding to comments on their social media, or are fragile in their emotions. I mean, there are comments that get me upset, but I've learned to laugh as I hit the delete, because the person probably took more effort to leave a negative, nasty comment than it took me to just blow it away. And then it doesn't tell them that it blew it away, so they don't even know. Oh, you're good. Just me. Oh, hey, I saw you last time. Yeah, the kid that had the bike. Yeah. I guess he got out.
Started?
Nah, he rolled all the way down, I guess. I didn't really know him. He texted me, and so, because I said, well, I see your vehicle's gone, so I assume you got out okay. And he said, yeah, I got it out. I think it's the stator. Met that guy the last time. See, there's friendly people hiking, people. Just be friendly. Talk to him. I remembered his face from last time when I guess I didn't share that video. Came out here and kid's stator or bike wouldn't start at high drive down here. So the only option was, I'm glad he stopped it there, because he was kind of he asked to follow me up all this, because he's like, well, you've been riding longer, that way I can see what lines to take. Although I was riding fast that day, so he was kind of far behind me, but not too far. He did actually pretty good on the lower stuff. Didn't make it up to here, so I don't know how he would have done on all this, but I was willing to provide some support. And he said he had done all this 10 times. So, but yeah, this stator broke, and that guy was hiking. I asked him about the gate down at the pavement of High Drive, and I guess that's Lower Gold Camp Road. And he was like, yeah, there's still a cutout you can step over, so you could lift it over. And so we kind of briefly talked, and then he went on his way for a hike, and so I just saw him now. See, kind of cool. And I was like, hey, I know you. Well, anyways, hopefully you all give me some ideas on giving away the XR650R. I would appreciate it. Hopefully you like what I'm thinking to do with it. And yeah, partnering up with Morgan at Highland Cycle, because that will be the way to go. Because I can't do everything myself. So sometime next year I would hand the bike over to Morgan, and we would he would we would gather stuff, start putting it on. You know, maybe I'd go out there and for a long weekend and kind of help him and stuff in the shop. And yeah, just kind of get it ready, get some good video, pictures, and post it on social media. Let the videos come in. So, anyways, if you have any ideas more or think we're doing it wrong, whatever, let us know in the comment section. Okay, everybody, take care and stay well, my friends. Have a good one. Bye.